All right. It's showtime, Kim. We're live.
Showtime. Hi,
Today we're talking
everybody.
about membership identification.
Yes, and this can mean a lot of things to different people, so
hopefully we'll cover enough of it because it is a lot. It's a big topic. There's lots of different ways to identify your members and different tools, different code recipes. So it will be packed full of information.
yes, we'll try. These are some of our more popular articles on our site also, so it'll be good to demonstrate them. If you want to add my screen, we can just start going into some like high-level overview of the things we're going to try to cover in this stream. The chat's open. Please post a comment if there's something you want me to show specifically or go more slowly on. But basically, if you think of a traditional membership site, like I'm going into a gym, I'm a member of the gym, a traditional membership, not a membership site. They keep track of you in all kinds of ways in their systems. They have a number for you. Maybe it's on a card that you show them or a barcode or a key fob that you use to get into the gym, to get access. And that number, whether it's a barcode, a QR code, or just a number, is linked to your account, and it shows them what is your status, what are you allowed to do, are you allowed to come in, are you expired, are you expiring soon? So that's like a form of member identification. In an online version, that can mean different things. It can be completely unnecessary. The member logs in and the system knows what their membership is. There's no reason to give them a unique ID of any kind. There's no reason for them to have like a printable card with proof of membership. There's no physical component to this site. Now, where we do see it really interesting in the online version is certain associations where your member number is actually a sequential number based on the date you signed up. And it's kind of a vanity number to say, like, I was member 10. And by the time that membership community reaches thousands of members, you kind of look like this kind of founding member. I was number 10, and it's a pretty cool thing. We do also have sites that are doing that hybrid online and in-person component. So if you use a local grocery store, I know we have a natural foods store customer of ours that has that sign up online, get your membership card. It's kind of a Savers Club card. They want a physical component that when people come into the store, they can either bring it up on their cell phone or have a printed version physically that's been handed to them that shows and proves that they're a part of this discount club, almost like a Costco or a Sam's Club, depending on where you live. BJ's Wholesale, there's a lot of these in the United States and other brands probably worldwide. So we're going to demonstrate a few ways that members are identified by default in the WordPress site, and then we can set up some of our code recipes that generate member numbers in other ways. So this is our Must Love Dogs demo site. It's pre-populated with users. So I'm going to show you where to locate what's called the WordPress user ID. So I made mention of a, I can't show the ID on this one, but I can on our members list. Oop, wrong site. Memberships, members. So I made mention of that like sequential member ID. This is that number here. So by default, Core Paid Memberships Pro, plain WordPress site, as members get created in the WordPress site, WordPress increments their user ID. So if you do nothing from launch and you're interested in sequential member IDs, you don't need any code recipes to do that. It's going to be built in, and you're going to have all those numbers pre-populated in this site. But for sites that are migrating from an offline membership or some other system to WordPress, you're going to want to import that as a separate field or store it as a member number. So that's the recipe we're going to show now. By default, this user ID isn't shown anywhere on the front end of the site to your member, but you can do it with certain code recipes or with the member PM Pro member short code, I guess you would call it. So let's edit our account page, and I'll just show how would we by default insert and show the member's user ID. So I'm going to guess, I think it's this user ID here. And let's say, let's do that. And let's not make it such a large heading. We'll do that. So that PM Pro member shortcode, Sam can put a link in the chat here in the description. Didn't let me do that. Why? I know we have some changes we're making with this. Oh, I see why I took the bracket out. Oopsie. Okay. We made some changes to this shortcode recently. that didn't allow you to use the short code if you weren't logged in as an admin of the site. Let's try ID like this. This should work. I wonder if we'd make it so that that's protected and it doesn't let us pull it up. My first one gone wrong. No, it doesn't want to pull the ID. There might be code that blocks that, but we can pull it in a different way. So first demo gone wrong. But anyway, we should have code recipes that can help you show that user ID. We have one actually right here on our site.
User underscore ID should be a attribute of PMPro underscore member shortcode.
Yeah. Isn't that what I did? Yeah, it doesn't want to show it. It might be protected, but we can check our docs and we can make that work. But I can also just do it via this code snippet a while so that we can get that number displayed. Okay, let's add a code snippet, and this will just show show member ID on account page. All right, let's put that code. I copied that right from our blog post about using the member ID. So now it's going to show here in this My Account section, member ID 1. So I'm the only user, the first user that's created in this demo site. So I'm ID 1. That's those sequential numbers we talked about. The code snippet to display it here, we're going to figure out why it's not working with the PMPro member shortcode. Maybe it's just my user error. I go very fast. So that's the first version. What if you want something a little more hidden, a different kind of member number that's not sequential, it's just kind of a random string? You know, that doesn't really validate much for you. You're number 1, great. But you want a system that makes this number maybe 10 characters long or 20 characters long. Maybe it includes letters and numbers. So we have a few different code recipes for doing that. So these member numbers wouldn't necessarily be sequential, although you could modify the code recipe to make it work that way. And I can explain in what cases those are useful. So really, this is for that in-person validation when you have signups and you want unique people or you're offering special member perks. So the first recipe is just to generate the number, and that's done after checkout. So what we'll do is just copy this snippet as is, no changes, into our site, into a new snippet. And the first part of the snippet, I'll talk high level through it. There's a function that does the generating. If you want to make it something different or shorter, you would adjust the way that the code's generated here for the type of string you're looking for. If you're trying to match a certain format, if you want to always prefix it with like an acronym, say for Paid Memberships Pro, we would PM Pro and then some 10 number string. If you wanted it to have some kind of acronym or string attached to it. So that's just that part. It functions on when the user is registered in the WordPress site. And there's also a piece that generates the number if it's empty as people hit the account page. One caveat of this code recipe, it will only start generating numbers for members from the point that they join on. So for existing members, it's not going to go through and automatically generate for all of them until they hit that account page. There are scripts to generate it as a one-time event for you as admin to make sure that's populated. But if it's something you're adding at the start of your membership site build, that would never be a concern for generating for existing members. So let's make sure this is activated on our site. And then let me look at what the key is, member number. Let's see if we can try this, the code we tried before with the PMPro member field and see if that works. We'll try this. Center. Okay. Cool. Okay, so I hit the account page. The code we put in place automatically generated a unique member number for me, and I can use the PMPro member shortcode here using that same field name that we have in our code recipe, which for our code recipe is member_number, and I can just display that on the site here. That's how to display it on the account page. What if you wanted to show it as part of the directory? We have our members directory here. If you wanted to also show that unique member number as part of the directory or on a single directory page, how would you do that? So this directory is already set up. I'm going to edit the single profile pages to add it. Actually, well, this is done using the shortcode, which is fine. Member number We also have a block version of this shortcode. So if you're using the WordPress block editor and you prefer to use the profile shortcode version, you can also do the same things with fields. It's a little easier to work with. Or if you're using another page builder like Elementor or Divi, you would stick with this shortcode version. So to show member number on our directory, I edited the fields attribute, and I added in this very specific format the label for that field and then the meta key that's used to identify that value. So I updated that. Now when we go back, you'll see this user does not have the member number generated yet. So it's not going to show for this user. If I viewed it, let's say for myself, I would have a member number to show because it's already been shown for me. So that's like the caveat of adding this at a later date. The members, like I said, have to hit their account page to get the logic to trigger, or you'll do that one-time generate, which is also, I think, in that recipe. So that's the way to generate these unique member numbers. That's the first recipe in this multi-recipe blog post about generating member numbers. And there's more ways to show it. So we showed a code recipe of showing the user ID on the account page. You could also pull in this unique member number like shown here, pull it in on their invoice, which would also display it in their confirmation page, within their email if it was important to them. As part of an export, you could include your unique member number. And then like I just showed, adding it on the profile page.
We have a question in the comments, Kim.
Go for it.
Ryan is asking, will this work for pages that use a shortcode to pull in the membership account page? For example, I use Peepso. Will I be able to use the same ID generator snippet to work on their profile page?
The generator will work because it will generate it for the user. Does your Peepso page have the membership? Is it the page assigned as the membership account page within your site settings? The code recipe looks at, is the user visiting the page that's assigned as the account page here? So if the setting here is in place, then that would work. But you may be better served running that generate member numbers for existing users, which I was pretty sure we had a code recipe for that, but I don't see it in this.
I don't see it either.
I think we've done that before. So if you want to join our community Slack and reach out, I think I've seen recipes like that just go through everyone that exists and make sure they have that meta field. We have that for a lot of our other code recipes that add a user field like this. So it's not too complicated, I don't think. But I think as long as the page is the page that's assigned as membership account here, but that might not be the case. Peepso might redirect away from our page, and you might need to just modify that code recipe. Let me just look at it one more time and see if the snippet looks pretty obvious. You could also just have it say, don't do it if it's the account page, do it if they hit the home page of the site, right? So just take this logic out, and then it'll just run on like any page in the site the first time they visit, which is not really that bad of a thing. It's only going to do it if it finds an empty number for them. So it's not like a heavy query to do. You could remove this portion of the snippet, and then it would just run for when that logged in user hits any page in the site. Template redirect is a WordPress core hook that happens every time someone navigates the site to a different page. So it'll happen for all of them. So that's probably your best bet if it's not working as is.
Ryan says, I don't have that. I have a different account page. So
yeah,
probably just
I think if you
that code
took this
would be
snippet,
best.
ditch these 4 lines, it should just run throughout. Or if you reach out to contact form or in our community Slack, we can dig up a code recipe or source one pretty quick. That'll just do a one-time database update. Everyone got the member number generated.
There's another question that's kind of off topic a little bit, but
okay.
we might be able to help. Is there a code recipe for unique URLs? I'm an owner of a design studio and need users connected to their request boards in Trello. Is there a way to do this, or should I build my own PHP for that?
Your best bet would be a custom user field that's admin editable only and then displayed as read only for the member. I can add that for this site. Let's see, I'll call this your Trello board. And let's see, show fields at checkout. No, show fields on Actually, I'll make this the admin field section. I'll say don't show on the, for admins only on the profile. And let's add a field. We'll call it Trello. Is this what you want? Tell me if what I'm doing is correct here. And then we'll add. If it doesn't seem like what I'm doing is correct, I'm going to add the same level as a separate group. This is going to be shown for users on their profile, not at checkout. And it's going to be read only. Oop. Trello board URL, right? Okay. Required at checkout? No. Read only? Yes. Oh, I guess we could do, let's try that. Text read only. I don't know what that does. Okay. So what we did was added a user field. We added a version that admins can see, and we added a version that members can see. So what we'll do, we'll have to pretend to be a member, but we can use our user switching plugin for that. So I'm going to locate a member, edit. I should now see a new section called Trello board admin fields. Oh, that does show here too. Oh, but that's the read-only version. Okay. Oh. Something like that, right?
Yeah, so they're saying that they've tried this, but it's not a hyperlink. Is there a way to make it a hyperlink?
So now they have the field. Do you want it to show up as a hyperlink? Let's see. Well, how would I do that? I'm going to try settings. Oh, I'm still switched. I want to be myself. Where's the thing that says switch back? Here we go. User switching is a plugin I often use in these demos. It lets you navigate and use your site as another user so that your experience is kind of exactly what they see. Let's try making it an HTML field. We have to do it with custom field, right? And that won't. You'll have to, they'll be custom coded to make it a clickable HTML and render it. I think that would have to be custom coded. It does it on the profiles pages, but it doesn't do it here when it shows it. I wonder if it does it. I want to try something really hacky. I don't know if it's going to work. Did you try this? I don't think this is going to work. It could work. I'll explain what I did if it works. I don't think this is going to work. No, it stripped it. Why did it strip it? Single quotes. Probably because of these quotes in here. I was wondering if I could trick it and make it become a clickable thing in the field, but I couldn't. Oh, okay. Yeah, custom code is probably the only way to make it become like a clickable thing in this case. So, yeah, sorry. You can use like an HTML formatted field, and then you'd add the field as HTML. So that would be what I would do for that one. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, where were we? Should we do any more questions right now, or should we go back to where we were?
There's no other questions.
Okay.
Go back.
So we have code in place now on our site that generates the member number. What are some other ways people want to identify members? I'm going to show how to use this membership card add-on, which we were talking about. That gives people this printable proof, tangible thing, whether they, in our example here, we imagined that it was a subscription to attend a dog park, and there was some kind of QR code scanned at entry that the proof of membership was handled with for that membership card. So we do already have this plugin installed and set up on our demo site, I'm pretty sure. Don't we? Memberships settings. Maybe we don't. I thought we did. No, we don't. Okay, we get to set it up. It is installed and activated. I thought we had it. Let's double check. Card. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Membership card. You know what I think the issue is? It shows up on the membership account page if you include the member links block, but this one doesn't have it. So I'm going to add that just so that you can see what kind of exists by default. Okay. This membership account page is custom built using the WordPress block editor. You can see it doesn't look like the default one that gets generated in a new Paid Memberships Pro install. This one has kind of a masthead where I'm making a lot of use of this PM Pro member shortcode to make it really personalized for the user that's logged in and visiting this page. I added some quick links to features of membership, these member content articles, and then a profile edit screen. And then instead of using the shortcode version of the account page, I've broken it down into the components of the membership account that are the membership section, the invoices section, profile section, and then this member links one, which wasn't included. But I've updated to include it now because the membership card add-on has some functionality to automatically add a link to where that card is located on the site with as part of this member links list. So because we have that in place now, when members visit their account page, they have an automatic way to access their membership card. And then we'll edit this page just to show you how this is set up because it was already in the site. The pieces of setting up the membership card add-on, once you install and activate, are to create a page called membership card and put that membership card shortcode in there. And we can refer to the documentation for what are the shortcode attributes of this membership card shortcode. The only attributes that really are particular here are adjusting the print size, which I'll demonstrate. I hope that my browser it probably won't let me show the print modal, but I can switch to sharing my whole screen so that you see it. It lets you specify which sizes to include in the print view. So we'll show in a minute how that works, but there's a small version, which is kind of the size of a credit card, a medium version, which is kind of the size of a standard printed photo, and a large version, which is almost a half of a US letter sheet size. They all fit on one page. So it's your option if you want to offer these multiple views or just have that small view printed. There's QR code and QR code data. If you're showing a QR code on the membership card, which you need a little custom code to do, these attributes can adjust what information is shown for that membership card. There's some hooks and some code recipes we can get into. But this one just shows the default membership card shortcode, and that image that's shown is the featured image on the page. Some people might want to make that the photo of the member's avatar. It can't be currently done, but it's something that we're looking at doing in the future. Having that filter in optionally if you want to show like a featured image or a logo of the website or the project, or if you want to show their avatar. So let's see. Do you see that modal when I say print? No, right? Let me stop sharing and just switch to sharing my whole screen. It's going to show you guys for a second. Did that work? Entire screen. All right. Sorry for the inception. Did that work? Okay. Now if I say print,
there you go.
You can see that all. So it's doesn't have to be black and white. It can be color. But you'll see those print sizes. One's kind of a credit card size, one's slightly larger, and then one's the full half sheet size. If I adjust my short code, this should work, that it only prints the smallest card version, which, takes a whole sheet of paper, but still it's nothing extra that they don't need if they wanted to have a printed version. I know some people we've worked with do the printing themselves and, have it laminated, cut it out, and that's really fancy. Other ideas we have for the future are to create an add to wallet, which would put this in like a Google Wallet. If you're on, I guess an Android wallet, what is it called? I don't know. I have an iPhone, or Apple Wallet, if you're more familiar with that. So that would make it a little more portable, mobile friendly over a printed version, which maybe the world's getting away from. So that's the membership card add-on, a great way for members to identify themselves or feel like there's some tangible component to their membership. If you were having an event and you spun up a membership site for the event as kind of a one-time website to take registrations, you could use membership card as the ticket for entry, and people could print that, or use it and load it from their mobile phone. That all is possible. I'm going to stop sharing my whole screen just so I don't get a weird pop-up. Share screen, window, this one. Cool. Okay. Cool. So that's membership card. So let's add a QR code to this, and then maybe I can have, I don't know how I'll demonstrate how the QR code scan works. You can see me. Maybe I can scan it and I can hold it up from my phone. That's what I can do. I can demonstrate that. So we'll add this is making a custom membership card, and a few different customizations you can make to it. If Sam wants to share that in, I don't have to go through all of these. We can get into other parts of Q&A, but this is just more ways to make the membership card more flexible for you. So let's do the displaying member number on it, since we put that snippet in place anyway. It's another snippet that doesn't need any customization. I literally just copy the snippet. I'm going to drop it into my code snippets plugin here. And now when we look at our card, it should show the member number right there. So that's a cool snippet to pull. Where's that tab? Okay. There's a few other ones on this article here that Sam can share. Other custom fields. So if you wanted to put that Trello URL on here, I don't know if that would make sense, or some other custom field. Like we've seen people do membership sites that are a family of membership. And then the membership card would say, additional members, and it would have a few other named users of that membership. So if you had a gym or a rec center or a pool and you used a subscription site like Paid Memberships Pro, printable membership cards, you could have a named person like Kim Coleman, and then their children, their spouse, their mother, other people that are named on the membership could be listed on the card. So it would, further anchor that proof of identifying the member. This one would let you add in and show the avatar in addition to the featured image of the page. So we have that snippet for it, but something we want to offer eventually as either settings on the shortcode or settings on a block equivalent for the membership card. So that's a good recipe if you want their face shown on it. I know my Costco card has my face on it. That's a cool option. And then if you don't like the look of it at all and you want to build it from scratch, just like any core Paid Memberships Pro template, you can recreate it yourself or your developer, in a custom way. See what you can do, how far you can get with just leveraging the hooks that exist already. It's just more to maintain. We saw a lot of issues with that with our 3.0 update, where people had to create custom templates. But now that the functionality changes in the core template, those same changes need to be brought into the user's template. A lot of them were security focused to make sure that forms were being submitted and safely being checked that it was coming from the right person submitting it. So it's not just superficial changes when a template gets incremented in Paid Memberships Pro. It's often something that really enhances and hardens the security in your site. Here's this one to change the return value of the QR code. Let's put a QR code on the membership card, and then we'll just show what that looks like, show how it functions by default when it gets scanned. So
can you also add the membership ID onto the card?
The user ID?
Or the membership ID that we created?
Yep, we have that one working now. But if you'd rather it show user ID, we would just, let's just do it here. Oh, this also has code to generate it. That's why I was wondering how it generated it for that user. But we would, you could show, if you instead wanted to show that incremental and you were using the WordPress user ID, you could also have it show the ID of the WordPress user ID, that sequential. I'm using the wrong word by editing that code there. Okay, we're going to edit and adjust and add the QR code to this. So let's grab the right QR code, true or false, and then QR data. What do we want it to return? So let's start by having it return it's time to clean up the tabs. 1 second. Okay. We need at 2:30, I clean the tabs up on all of our streams. So QR code true. And then the other attribute we're doing is QR data. And we're going to say level, which I think returns the name. Level. If set to other, you must leverage this hook, which we're going to demonstrate. And then there's some caveats if the value you're returning might contain special characters. That's especially for non-English sites. Perhaps you're using Chinese, like a Mandarin language, that would have special characters that have to be returned in a funky format for the site. So there's that QR code. I'm going to scan it. Oops, sorry, phone that was charging. I'll scan it here. Basically, I'm just in my phone. I have my camera open. This is how you as a membership site admin would validate people based on that QR code. So they show up to your venue, to your event, to your dog park, to your grocery store, and they want to prove that their membership is valid. They show you whether on their phone or as a printed thing, this QR code thing, so you can scan it. And it's returning to me the number 1, which is the level ID of beginner. It could also return any other value you wanted, which we'll demonstrate. So I know because I'm the owner. Here, I'm going to just screenshot it. Can that even show up? Okay, cool. Sam, tell me if this works. You see that it says search and has the number 1. This is how, at least
kind of.
iPhone. Okay, this is how iPhone works for scanning QR codes when they don't really like go to a value. You could also have it like bring up the URL to their edit member screen, and that would let you on your phone like go right to view them. We could actually, let's demo that, taking it to the edit member screen and pulling up that URL. So I'm going to look at the adjust the size. No, I want the adjust the return value. Return the user's active membership information when scanning the membership card QR code. I'm going to work from this one. This one returns like a lot of information. I'm going to adjust to just include I wonder what happens if I scan this. Actually, maybe we don't have to do the demo. We'll just
I don't know what you're going to get
scan
with
the
that.
screenshot. It's showing stuff. It's funny what it returns because it's like returning a bunch of information for me, but I'm going to have it return the URL. So let's see if that works. How do you spell edit member URL? Okay. I'll just be tidy about this. Okay. We just want it to return. I don't really want to JSON encode it. Let's not do that. Let's just say return value equals, and then what's our edit member page? I wonder if it's lowercase ID or capital ID. This might not work as is. Sometimes I get excited about coding things and then they just don't work. My team's going to say, Kim, you have to encode it. Let's try that. Oh, no, that's an important one. I saw an extra tab. Okay, so how have I modified this recipe from what it was? This recipe says if the option is other, meaning that on our membership card page, we said what QR data do we want to return? Other, which is the custom code, which we're using the hook for. And I'm saying, do they have a membership level? Does the member have a membership level? And I'm like wondering if this is MMPU compatible, but it probably is. We'll see. I think we did make membership card compatible with MMPU, but if David's watching, he'll correct us. Now I'm saying make it the return value is the edit member URL, and then otherwise return the word no membership. Do we think this is going to work? Okay.
Membership card is MMPU compatible.
Okay. It doesn't like what I did here. It's still, we'll try this. I don't really want it to do all that encoding. Oh, my code recipe wasn't activated. Okay, let's try again. I don't think I have to encode it. I had it set to other, but because I didn't have my code snippet active, the QR code couldn't return anything. So what I'm hoping this returns is the link to the edit member screen. Yep, and I said open in Chrome. So of course it's going to ask me to log in. I don't know the login for this. Let me copy it and paste it into a new tab here. No, it didn't get the ID. What did it do? Let me look at what the URL really says it is. It's a long URL. Oh, I have to add the attribute correctly. I didn't add it right. Okay, user ID equals. User ID equals. There, fixed. Luckily, it was a small fix. Okay, I'm going to scan it. Is there a better way to be doing all this, guys?
I don't know.
This is the first time I've used my phone in a stream. That's fun.
You could probably go into StreamYard on your phone and then be able to share your phone screen.
Oh, there you go.
You can
So
do
what I
like Google
did
Meet.
was I opened it on my phone. It said open in Chrome. So my phone detected that the return value of that QR code was a URL. My phone tried to take me there, but because I'm not logged into this site on my phone, but I was able to transfer the URL to my site here. And now you see that I've got to that edit member screen. You could certainly target just the memberships tab. This would be great if you had like a event check-in at the venue, right? And people were walking up and they're like, oh, okay, who are you? And then they're like, my email address is KIM, like that, to avoid that scenario in person, looking people up, finding them, searching for them, this QR code route, they'd have it in advance. You know, someone on your team could have screenshotted and emailed them a link to it, or just said, bring this link up on your phone. When you come to check in, have your membership card pulled up. You're going to walk up, you're going to show it to the person. They're going to take a picture with maybe you have like a scanner or a webcam that you're using, and it'll pull up on that little terminal at your check-in space. So it's a good way to identify members, like I said, for events or all other use cases. Glad that worked. We can add that to our post, return the URL of the edit members screen. This recipe is about making the QR code bigger or smaller. Totally your choice what you want to do. If you did that half sheet and made the QR code really big, they're pretty good no matter how large or small they are. I mean, I've taken pictures of a QR code that were less than a centimeter square and we're still able to work. We kind of talked through all of these and then the unique member number stuff.
So Jim had a kind of a question kind of related to membership identification. But they're wondering if you could talk a little bit about the user pages add-on and if there's any tips or suggestions that are not in our documentation. You and I recently updated that one.
Knowing what you're using it for can help. One of my favorite recipes we have for that, which I think does exist in documentation, is flattening it so it's one user page per user rather than one user page for users membership, which I think can get a little squirrely. And unless you really need that depth, just one user page is pretty good. Something we haven't done is pre-filled content. So there are filters to do that with WordPress. So I think what a lot of people want, they don't want it to generate an empty page. They want it to generate a page with like a template on it, a templated bit of content. Like, thanks for signing up for working with me. This begins your 6-month coaching plan for expert dog training for you and your puppy. And you want that content pre-populated. Here's a link to a Google form to tell me more about you. Here's a link to a Gravity form with some intake questions. Certain things like that, you could embed the form right there. I think those are excellent ways to use it. It really depends what your use case is for it and what information you want to show. You don't always need user pages. You can do a lot with user fields, and you can show that information on the membership account page using that PM Pro member shortcode. If it's really just a few pieces of information that are unique to each member that you want to communicate to them in a clear way. So it's kind of easier to manage that content when it's in user fields because it's structured data. You'd enter certain information just for one user. Here's a link to your meal plan. Here's a link to the Zoom meeting schedule. And it could be done with user fields instead of, I know we saw that problem with how links are not becoming links, but certain descriptive information that's structured doesn't necessarily need that user page. Some people turn on page commenting on their user page. And since it's a one-to-one experience where only that user or member can access the page and the comments can become kind of a conversation between you and that single member, which can be good. Lots of ideas with how to use that one. really just takes an understanding of what you need, and then we can make the right recommendations. We had someone do user pages with like document library, with an front end upload form that was kind of they did taxes for people. So they created this kind of upload form that would upload the information right to their secure portal that stored all their information, but it was part of that user page so that all of the exchanges was in one place. That's the beauty of that.
All right, we're getting a few more other questions. They are better questions for an Ask Me Anything rather than
That's
membership
okay.
identification.
We kind of exhaust you membership identification a little bit. That's
yeah. So Emily said, I would like to understand how to allow members to post photo albums to share with fellow members.
So it's not features that Paid Memberships Pro includes, but there might be some plugins that allow this type of thing. What you're talking about is kind of user-generated content, front-end posting. We have conversations about how it all could work, but it's also like not a one clear way right now that we like to recommend for that. Do you want to host the photos yourself, or do you want the members to just have like a link to their own portal, like maybe a Google Photos album, or do you want them uploaded to your WordPress site?
Emily said, yeah, I can build the forms and the albums.
Okay. Yeah, if you're letting members upload them to your own site's server, this almost feels like a community thing. So maybe look into whether Buddy Press or Buddy Boss might work to have like posting an image upload like that. That might be like a streamlined way to do it. I don't know if you need to approve images for sharing before they're made shareable. Some people do set up Paid Memberships Pro for a family, and it's like a private social network just for a family. So you already kind of have built-in trust. But if it's any member to any member doing it, there might be some kind of admin step that says this becomes shared to the community. This becomes, this is moderated and blocked. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't have a direct way that I would do it. If I was doing it, I'd probably start with something like a forum that was like photos, and then members could post a reply and then include their photo there.
Christy commented saying, so photo gallery is not something that could go on a membership page that is public.
Right. You would want to protect access to visiting that page for sure. I guess I'm still saying that even though someone is a member of your site, they might still upload something that you do not want uploaded. So even though there is inherent protection in the fact that everyone who's members is uploading, you just, be cautious, I would say, of what people are uploading. But if it's all private, yeah, I don't know the best way. If it's Gravity Forms, there are plugins. There's a plugin called Gravity View. So if you built, I just made all my windows disappear. If you're using a Gravity Form, Gravity View, how do you spell? Is a, oh yeah, they call it Gravity Kit now. It lets you display the data from Gravity Forms in flexible ways on your WordPress site. So it creates like a view. You can customize what the display looks like of that view, and then it pulls in all form submissions from that view for that assigned view and displays them. I know we use it at Lifter LMS for the submitted sites. You can use it like you saw here for a directory, but I think it could also be done for photo albums. Maybe you have a form that accepts 5 images, and those images then become part of the gallery, let's say, and organized like that, or per submission. So that might be a way to go about reducing the custom code requirements here by having a forms plugin, which that you can use a GUI to build the form, and then this Gravity Kit, Gravity View product, which has a GUI to build the display of the form data that's been collected. That's an option.
Emily also sent a contact form with more details yesterday.
Okay.
So we should be getting back to you relatively soon. And then the other question that we had was from Monica. My site has the subscription levels shown on my homepage. How do I bypass the membership levels to go just to the payment page instead?
You could set your homepage as your membership levels page if you know that you have that. How did you build the levels display on your homepage? You can change those buttons to link right to checkout. So this is using the advanced level short code. So on our example homepage, these go right to checkout. They don't go to the levels page and then to the checkout page. We do still have a replicated version of it on a pricing page. If you hand built those, actually someone on Twitter today just had a cool idea and made some just with the WordPress block editor. But Paid Merchants Pro does have, let's just build a quick one. We'll build 2 columns. Let's say we were building it by custom. We do have a checkout button that has a shortcode version and it has a block-based version. So if I use this checkout button block, it does put links that go right to checkout also. And if you've custom built it, you could just know the URL to the checkout page and change. I'm not sure where you've linked your pricing table to right now, but just change each column's link to go right to the checkout page for that level ID. Does that answer that?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to membership ID,
Mm-hmm.
New Solutions is trying to add it to a card based on the snippet, but it's not appearing on the card.
Do you have the latest version of membership card or do you have a customized card? The snippet we're using to show the member number on the card is relying on the PM Pro membership card after card hook. I can see when that was added. It's possible you have a customized card. Let me see when this was added.
Membership card add-on did just get a update this morning.
Oh, I just saw it because it's as a version. This was now 4 years ago.
Latest version using snippet from the website.
Do you have a membership level as the person you're viewing it as? Are you viewing it as yourself? Oh, you know what? It relies on the generate member function. And you already have member numbers in the site?
Waiting for an answer.
So the snippet as is on the, I'll talk through quickly. The snippet that's on the membership card, it relies on the fact that you're already using our generate member number code recipe. So it says it wants that function to exist. So if you don't have that snippet on the site, it's going to just bail early. If you don't have a membership level as the admin of the site testing the membership card, it's going to bail early. So you could eliminate these lines. And if you know that everyone has a member number, you could just have this get user meta line here. If you know that everyone has a member number in your site or some other field, maybe you imported it, you're like the Philly Association member. I don't know what you imported it as, but if you imported it as something else, you'd have to do that as well. So it could be any number of things. If you reach out to support, we can probably troubleshoot it for you. My guess is that that function doesn't exist. And if you need to, you can grab that function from the other article about generating member numbers. Here. This function. To make that snippet complete here. Oh, I did a lot here. Let me put that all back. Okay, that's all back as it was. And then I'll make sure this generate member number functions here. It's going to give me a fatal error, but
can't add snippet due to exceeding limit.
What is that? Oh, you have too many snippets on your site? I didn't know they limit that. Are you using code snippets or are you using a different one? That's news.
We love code
Yeah.
snippets.
We do.
I'm surprised I haven't gotten that warning yet. If they do that.
What's their free? I don't know if they limit. Maybe you're using the
Oh, they can't add the snippet to the chat because of the exceeding character limit.
It's
my
most likely
demo site is like Snippet Island.
Yeah. Okay, it's not the snippets plugin. That's good. Most likely it's that it's trying to get that generate member number function and just bailing early. So it'll probably need a little bit of adjusting unless you're already using member numbers in your site. So I think, are you on our Slack? You can reach out on our Slack and share it sometime and we can try to play with it for you.
All right, one last question and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, we can tell everyone we're getting a puppy and we're gonna go visit our puppy.
I know, it's so exciting. Christy says we are an art association, so I'd like to have a headshot and image gallery within the bio.
Oh, cool. Yeah. You can add file upload fields as part of the member directory and it'll render them, which is pretty cool. So if you added user fields as maybe you add like 10, you're allowed to have 10 gallery images. You could add 10 user fields to either an existing field group or a new field group. And the member directory is designed to let those like display. I can do it quick, I think. Settings, user fields. We'll call this my gallery. Show fields at checkout, no. Show profile, yes. Add a field, file. You can see pictures of houses that I have in my thing because I'm like, what do I have photos of to share here? So we added those user fields. Now, if I edit my profile, I'll see that I have these options to insert some photo gallery pictures. We'll edit the profile page. I think I'm going to be good on my speed build tomorrow, guys, don't you? If you guys are around tomorrow and you want to watch, I'm going to be doing a WordPress site speed build. If it was only Paid Memberships Pro that was doing it. Oh, it didn't show me my picture. Oh, I have spaces. You can have spaces. There. So it'll pull in those sample images that were uploaded to the profile. You could use CSS to style this better, but it tries to generate like a smallish version of the gallery images. So that's a simple way to add photos to the directory profile pages for people. Yeah.
Awesome.
Fun.
So we're gonna wrap up a few minutes early today because Kim has to go see the puppy. So exciting!
Show my puppy.
Yes, you should show.
I think you all are the first people we showed publicly.
She's so cute.
That's her. She's cute. We'll see. The kids haven't met her. What if they go, oh, I don't like her? No.
Too bad. Too bad. Kim and Jason do.
Yes. We'll help you out. New Solutions, just reach out. I don't know why.
Yeah, we can help out. Either our Slack, our contact page, our support.
I wonder if it's caching. Try. You probably updated the page. I don't know. Think about if you have to break the cache of that page. It shouldn't be there.
Please like and subscribe. We love when that happens.
Where is it?
And then I don't know where it would be. Like and subscribe wherever it is. Like and subscribe.
We're not the best at this. We try. No.
And then on May 9th at 2 p.m. Eastern, I will be back here with our other Kim White from our support team. We're going to be hosting an Ask Me Anything. We're going to do our best to keep it to 1 hour. But we always know that these Ask Me Anythings are such a diverse bit of information on everything related to our plugin. So those are always good. So we will be back on May 9th.
Oh yeah, Graham, it is. It's on a different channel, not our channel. It's on a channel called Poodle Press, Jamie Marsland. I'll try to pull the link up. That's not it.
I have it. I think I have it
Yes.
saved on our
Here
channel
it
for
is.
it to notify me.
Come cheer for me. Did I have it there? Oh, I had it and I deleted it. I was gonna put it in chat, but this is the stream. It'll be fun. I'm ready. My lightning fast
I'm
fingers
gonna watch it.
are gonna. Cool.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, and we'll
Yeah.
see you next time.
May 9th or tomorrow.